I want to know. Who the hell keep putting out these categories and these spreadsheets on who the best is in Nashville, and who keep putting out these lists? That's what I want to know. Who keep putting out these lists? Well, I'm gonna give you a list today. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Cut up. If you're alive, subscribe. If you alive, subscribe. Hey, look, this is a very important day to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, one thing about it, it don't have to be, when it's an important day to you, just let me, today's my first birthday, y'all. Today is my birthday. This video won't drop on my birthday, but I'm doing this video on my birthday, and this is what I want y'all to do. I want you to subscribe to my channel for y'all birthday. Press that button. It's right there or right there. I want y'all to subscribe. I want y'all to look at this video in eternity. I want y'all to look at this whole video. Man, look, like I said, put in the comments. Give me a happy birthday in the comments, if you can. If you're okay with it and you're cool, give me a happy birthday in the comments, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna respond back. I'm gonna respond back. I'm gonna let you know that I really appreciate you. It's June the 14th. This won't drop on my birthday, but it'll drop, and I still feel good if you guys just give me a happy birthday in the comments. Man, look, this gonna be a really, really good show. I miss y'all. I know y'all miss me. It's been a minute. And I just came off a great interview, man, with Too Much Hair. Shout out to Too Much Hair again, man. If you didn't see that video, please, man, go back and watch that video, because we're talking about how to get monetized. We're talking about how to make money off these videos, and the stuff that you're doing online, we're telling you how to make your bread off of it. So go back and check those out, man. I'm gonna be talking about some Cashville legends today. If you guys don't know what I'm saying, man, Cashville, we have been one of the top hip hop scenes ever since we've been doing hip hop, and we might not have got the global response from it, but I'm gonna be bringing you some of the top artists, man. But first, I want to go here. Shout out to Denver Nuggets. Shout out to Denver. But look, think about something. Who did Denver had to go through to get to the championship? Go James. The GOAT James. Man, you guys, if you're an LA Lakers fan, you gotta be a happy camper right now. If you're an LA Laker fan, you gotta be a real happy camper right now. Man, nobody saw us making it to the playoffs. So with what we did, switching some people out and adding some people, making to the playoffs, man, like, you gotta be, if you're a Laker, you gotta be a happy camper. This is the thing. Look, after LeBron got put out, y'all didn't even want to see the playoffs no more. One thing about it, I'ma say, the people that that hate LeBron, they hate him so much that they love him. Man, look, what is the NBA gonna do once LeBron is gone? That's all I want to know. What is the NBA gonna do, man? Because, like, I don't care. That's why and it's a lot of GOATs. I agree with Bubba Dub. I agree. It's a lot of GOATs. But man, LeBron James got an impact on the NBA that nobody, it's like, once he's out, it ain't even interesting no more. And y'all want to talk crazy about LeBron, but guess what my boy did? I gonna threaten y'all with a retirement. Look, keep on playing. Keep my name out y'all mouth, because I threaten y'all with a retirement, and this little playoffs won't even be interested no more. So, man, like I said, man, You gotta be a proud person if you're an LA Laker. Like me, I've been a Laker since I was 2 years old. You gotta be a proud person if you're an LA Laker, man. Just on we wasn't even supposed to make it to the playoffs. But we made it. And like I said, guess what? Y'all can't Kyrie, come on. Come on. Already, y'all gonna say the same thing that y'all saying with LeBron. He always got every type of player. He always change up in the middle of the season. Yeah, that's fine. Come on, Kyrie. Come on. Man, look. One thing about it is, Kyrie said it himself that him and LeBron can do great things together. And for what I see, Kyrie gonna come on to the Lakers, man. So yeah, so if you a Laker LeBron fan, like we in a good place right now. We ain't worried. We gonna get the players that we need, and we'll see y'all next year in the championship. So shout out to Denver again for winning. As you see, they had to go through LeBron to win. So shout out to them, man. And like I said, I've never been a more excited fan for the Lakers because I already know what time it is. Next year, we'll see y'all at the championship. This is what this is about today. I'm talking about my case. This is what I want to know. Who the hell keep putting out these categories and these spreadsheets on who the best is in Nashville, and who keep putting out these lists? That's what I want to know. Who keep putting out these lists? Well, I'm gonna give you a list today. I'm gonna look, man. The top Cashville legends. I'm gonna go on and say it. Quanie, Young Buck, Pistol, All-Star, Kool Daddy Fresh, and Jellyroll is my 6. And if you try to take somebody out of my 6, you can put out of Nashville. We throwing you out of Nashville. And man, that's why I call this thing, man. I want to talk about a lot of people is putting lists out, and a lot of people is talking about who's the best. But I want to talk about the Cashville legends, and I'm gonna start. This is not in an order. But I'm gonna start with Quanie, man. Man, I always talk about rappers, and I always talking about rappers that want to have the street cred, and then want to have the rap cred, and then want to have the cred for the money. I mean, why I put Quanie in my top 6 Cashville legends, he have done it all. I wanna talk about a song he just put out, Kindness for Weakness. And that's why I feel this. I feel this song so much because you got some of us guys out here, we are really just trying to be the good guy. We are really just trying to, show love and, show kindness. But some of y'all take it as a weakness. But one of my favorite lines in the song is when he said this. And I want to break this line down. And I want to break down why he's one of the Cashville legends. And I want to break down why he is one of the GOATs. Because there's a lot of GOATs. He said this. He said, I'm not the little brother that couldn't, but I'm the little brother that shouldn't, but I did it because I understood it. And I'm glad he said that. This is the elephant in the room. Shout out to Quanie. This is the elephant in the room, what they always say, yeah, Quanie, he the little brother, Dub, this and that. But guess what he said? He said, I'm not the little brother that could. That means it ain't like he couldn't do it. He was right there with everything. It ain't like he couldn't do it, but he didn't have to. That's why he said, but I'm the little brother that should, because he didn't have to do it. But guess what? On the strip that he understood it, it was his destiny anyway. if Dub wasn't in the picture, Quanie Cash would have still been at the height that he is. Well, this is what I understood. This is what I understand. Well, this is funny because just because his brother who he was and Quanie is who he was, they just put it together. I always called them the best brothers in the world because they understood that we are better together. Every time I think about Quanie and I think about Dub, I always think about that drop top Lexus. Hey, if I understand this right, they was the first person to chop that top on that Lexus. And why I put him in, and I'm really putting him here at number one for this reason. The movie. Man, this man wrote a movie. He took all unqualified people who had no experience. He took all unqualified people who had no experience in a movie and made them who they was. Shout out to J1, man. Shout out to Jackie Wade. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you people who, like, they just regular civilians from Nashville, Tennessee. And this man took them and made them stars in a amount of days just by creating a movie that's still relevant to today. That got over 5-10 million streams on Amazon. That got over millions of views on YouTube. So of course, that's why I'm gonna put him in this category of Cashville legends. Man, I always Quanie. He is the first person who done it independent. Because everybody always say, your town don't mess with you. The streets, no. Quanie have proved y'all wrong on that. Quanie have really proved y'all 100% wrong on your city don't support you because they support him. But hold up. This is what I'm gonna say. They supported him before the rap. He was real before the rap. Yeah, shout out to Gotti and Jay-Z, man. I see y'all fighting for the courts using raps. Well, they did a Ghetto Soldiers back in the 90s. They put their music on trial back in the 90s. So man, it's so much. Quanie, I don't care what y'all say. He is the one person that if he call your phone, it's like the biggest celebrity calling your phone. Every time I see his number coming through, man, I got nothing but respect for it because, man, dude has shown he is the one person that uses his platform for all of us. It's not many rappers, it's not many people that's on the level that he is on that use his platform for everybody. Quanie told me this. He said, "We are better together." That's one of his mottos. And so, man, with starring in movies and rap and clothing line, that's why I put him here. That's why I put him up under the Cashville legends. So, man, look, I want y'all to go check. All my people that don't know him, go check Quanie Cash out, and also go check all the foundations he got. Buff Foundation, and like, man, dude is really doing it for the community. And I was explaining to somebody this. They was like, I said, when Quanie call you, he's not calling you to help with his event. He is trying to pay you to help. That's what giving back to the community is called. So shout out to Quanie, man. Shout out to Quanie Cash, man. Man, independent, done it all. He's one of my Cashville legends. I'm gonna go on because I don't want to burn this out, but I'm gonna go on. The next one, man, I'm gonna talk about is Pistol. Shout out to Pistol, man. Shout out to Pistol Gordon, man. I call him the pioneer. He is the parent. Man, look, if you know anything about the box, if you haven't got your tail whooped about the box, then you don't know nothing about it. I remember ordering, I think the video was like 99 cents a dollar. I remember ordering off the box and not telling mom. And when mom and grandmas came home, they was like, what are you, y'all done order, we done ordered $100 worth of videos trying to listen to Pistol. We all looked up to Eazy. And we all loved Eazy. That's all, think about it. Back then, that's all you kind of knew. Pistol got a deal with Eazy-E off a song called Rolling in My 6'4". Let me get a drink on this. Because they ain't gonna believe this one. Let me give me that. Shout out to Pistol, man. If you go look at one of his albums, Money in the Power, Ballaholic, he was talking about it ain't cool to snitch way back in the day. And I also want to bring up some CEOs. Shout out to Paul Woods and shout out to Demo. Paul Woods, shout out to Paul Woods. I love this story. Back in the day, we didn't know nothing about D-Boys signing rappers. When Paul Woods signed King P, he gave him a 500 Benz. Like, come on, man. Look, we talking about in the 90s now, maybe early 2000. Somebody done signed you a deal, they give you a 500 Benz. And even though he was coming off of signing with Eazy, which, I mean, you can't get no bigger than that in Cashville. I mean, how many people wanted to be up under Eazy-E? Like, we got somebody in Cashville, if you don't know, Pistol, that was signed to Eazy-E, and Eazy-E just happened to die. But man, Pistol representing that West Nashville, shout out to PJN, you know what I'm saying? His little group. But man, look, man, that man had the city on fire. And so that's why I'm putting him in my Cashville Legends. And sometimes my artists in Nashville, they don't get far as everybody else, but they're kings and they're legends here in Nashville. And Pistol is one of them. I always think about, man, I think about that big ass chain Pistol had. You know what I'm saying? I think about that. I think about he was one of the realest rappers with me coming up. That, like, if he had a show or if you seen Pistol, it was for real. He was one of the first people in Nashville, Tennessee that you seen and you really was seeing a celebrity. And so, man, I don't know what happens in Nashville. Like, our rappers go so far, and then just all of a sudden, it just get dim, and you really don't hear from it no more. And I know P. Gordon, man, Pistol, he's doing a lot of internet stuff and a lot of sharing the news and that stuff. But man, look, man, I just want to tell you, Pistol, man, we look up to you, man. And we mess with you. And I'm gonna always hold you in one of the first people to get a deal and make it become real. Because here in Nashville, we don't know nothing about no deals. We don't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't major down here. We have a couple people that done it, but that's not super duper major down here. You know what I'm saying? So I want to shout out to Pistol, man, for putting our name on the map, man. And even Charleston White, he give Pistol the credit of putting him on. He was saying, like, Pistol was one of the first people that was posting him and getting him popping, and we in Nashville was like, hey, you funny. So, man, Pistol, man, hey, shout out to the West Side, man. Pistol, man, he's a milestone here in Nashville. And so, man, I want you guys to check him out. You know what I'm saying? And I got a couple more. I'm going to be talking about Buck. I'm going to be talking about Cool Daddy. But shout out to Pistol for being the pioneer, man, and letting people know that you can get a deal. But I want to bring up somebody. I want to bring up one of my other ones. I talked about Quanie, I talked about Pistol, and I want to bring up Jellyroll. Question, just question, and these are for the people that know Jellyroll, and these are for the people that know his situation. Like, nobody could mess with Jellyroll in their freestyle battle in Out of Limits. Look, I don't care if you was black, I don't care if you was white, I don't care if you was blue, I don't care if you was green. I met Jellyroll freestyle at Out of Limits. That was just one of the major spots. And I love his story. Compared to where he is now. My question is this. Jellyroll is the top country artist right now. One of the top. Did he know he had this talent when he was rapping? Was he sacrificing his country talent because he wanted to rap? That's what, I'm just asking you that question. Get in my comments and let me know, because like I always think that your first love is your first love. And Jellyroll, why he inspired me, because he worked so long and so hard. And he was one of the best rappers in Nashville. Shout out to Yellow Wolf. Him and Yellow Wolf is doing big things right now. And shout out to Yellow Wolf, man, from Antioch, Tennessee. And it's another guy. He's not in my top right now, and I'll talk about him later. But man, I'm talking about the people that has had a real impact on Nashville, on Cashville, Tennessee. And Jellyroll is one of them. I always think about Jellyroll's story, and I think about what Boosie said. You go to jail because God wants you to go to jail. You go to jail because God wants you to go to jail. He wants you to get to thinking, and he wants you to get smarter. And that's Jellyroll's story. Jellyroll said, man, I went to jail, and when I got out, I was determined. I was determined. Shout out to Jazz. Do Jazz get any credit for Jellyroll's success? And Jazz get a lot of credit for Jellyroll's success, because I wouldn't have knew Jellyroll without Jazz. I know Jellyroll from Jazz, Cross Tracks Entertainment. And so Jazz, he get credit on the strength of, I wouldn't know Jellyroll without him. And I think about Jellyroll's new song, Son of a Sinner. And I know he didn't write it himself, but it's him. Even though somebody write a song for you, and maybe you had a little something to do with it, but when they speaking on your life, it is for you. You know what I'm saying? So man, shout out to Jellyroll, man. I could tell y'all stories about Jelly on the other, the illegal side, but we won't go there. But shout out to Jellyroll for making his mind up, man, and for coming out, for going to jail and getting himself together, man. Because I think his dad, mom died, and it was his dad, I think, and he was talking about how it woke him up. Like, people don't understand, man, when everybody got a time they gotta go. But it's some people in your life, when they go, you just feel like it's not fair. It's not fair. And I know that Jelly talked about his dad a lot. And shout out to Jelly, man. His daughter is so inspired by what he's doing. I know she was saying one time that, Jelly, yeah, you let everybody know how much you are proud of them, but I'm letting you know that I'm proud of you. So shout out to Jelly's daughter, because it's nothing like a daughter saying that to you, letting you know how proud they are of you. You know what I'm saying? So Jelly's he's one of my Cashville legends on the strength of, he started from rap. It might have took 20 years to get to where Jelly is, but now he's the top country artist. He's everywhere. Shout out to Cashville, man. Man, look, if you out here rapping, if you out here singing, if you out here doing what you do, man, let his story show you don't give up. Cause that man didn't give up. That man, where he's at now, he saw himself over 20 years ago. That man didn't give up. Shout out to Jelly, man. And I want to say this to you, Jelly. I want to say this to you, and I want you to hear me on this. Jelly, bring something back to the black community. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't owe nobody nothing. Nobody has never did nothing to you to throw you over the rim. All your hard work was because of you. But I'm asking you, Jelly, bring some of it back to the black community, man, because we've been supporting you before any of these people knew who you was. We've been had your back. When you was out there out of limits, whooping their ass in those freestyle battles, we was having your back. So man, I'm asking you, Jelly, to come back to the community, man, and make something happen in the rap community. Somebody that you believe in. Not nobody that we're calling out and say, hey, Jelly, get this person signed or sign this person. Somebody that you actually believe in. I heard you talking about B. Howard and how good he was. Somebody that you actually believe in, come back and serve them, man. Serve them. So, like I said, got Quanie out the way. I got Jelly out the way. I'm gonna go to Buck. Shout out to young Buck, man. Shout out to Landro. Uh, when Buck had his incident in California with Juvie, me and Landro picked him up, and I never forget that day when we got him from the airport, and he got in the car and he was just sad. He was like, man, I've been working hard. Man, I'm just looking for God to bless me. And he was just like, it ain't working out like he thought it would. But he told us about this guy. And he said, man, I met this guy named 50 Cent. And he was like, man, he's a good guy. And he was telling me how 50 had just signed to Shady at the Math and Dre and Eminem. And he was telling us, he said, 50 said he's gonna, when he get to where he's going, he's gonna come and get me. And I believed him and Dro believed him. And Buck was going through a hard time at that time. And Dro said, hey, Buck, this is what I'm gonna do. He said, man, I'm gonna give you whatever money you need to get your albums out. And he said, Dro even said, I'm gonna ride you around to sell your albums. And Buck said, cool. People don't understand when Buck always talk about him making a lot of money off of CDs. And I'm not even talking about the package CDs. Buck used to ride around. If you guys remember, when you used to buy CDs, it used to come in a little case thing. It was just full of CDs. It wasn't no case. It was like about 50 CDs on this round thing. And I'll never get Buck went recorded an album and he was riding around with that thing selling them for $10. And only reason I'm telling you this story is I'm telling you how excited he was about signing with 50 Cent. And man, I looking at a story and it was talking about how Buck owed $415,000 and his catalog is worth $700,000. Well, me personally, I said, Buck, give it to him. If that's gonna free you, if that $700,000 is what your catalog is worth, if that's gonna free you, Buck, give it to him. Me personally, I would love for him to have a relationship back with 50. I would love to see these other. I always say that Buck haven't got his just due. Um, I think about him and Cub beef, and Buck understands that I introduced Cub to Buck. Just to be honest with y'all, Buck never really knew nothing about Cub. I introduced Cub to Buck and took him out there and had a lot of stuff going on. And Buck really liked Cub rap. And I never agreed with nobody tearing the next man down. I saw a guy and we was in the club and he spoke to Buck. And this is what Buck said. Buck said he was talking about how fake people are. Well, that was the same guy that was up under Cook Up Boss post laughing at him. It's never not funny when you're on the laughing stock. If you're the person being laughed at, I don't care. I don't care what you've done. I don't care what's going on. If you're on the other end of the laughing stock, it's never okay. And a lot of people hate on Young Buck since he's been signed. I always tell y'all this, y'all rappers. I always tell y'all, it's not up to Buck to get you where you gotta go. It's up to you. I always talk about Buck, and I always talk about how his grind was. I always talk about him living in New Orleans. I always talk about him going on tour. I always talk about his fearless. I always talk about how he was determined to get to where he had to go. So he did everything he had to do to get there. So you can't act like he owe you nothing because he sacrificed everything that he had to get there. And yeah, Buck is one of my he's one of my goats. He's a Cashville legend, but I understand the work that he put in to get to where he got to go. So he owes you nothing. He owes me nothing. That's my friend, and I'm doing podcasts, but he owes me nothing. If he want to do something for me, that's one thing. That's cool and that's fine and dandy. But I gotta grind to get to where I gotta go, just like he did. Just like he did. So I'm shouting out to 50. I want to say thank you, 50 Cent, for putting us on. I want to say thank you, 50 Cent, for making Cashville, for making Nashville a household name. I was listening to DJ Emmy and Charlamagne, and they had no they was talking about Buck and 50 in this thing, and they didn't care. They was like, well, Buck get what he get. Well, that ain't fair, because we can say the same thing about y'all. Charlamagne, we can say the same thing about you and what you've been through, and hopefully you get something what you get. Everybody deserves a second chance. I always tell people this. When 50 signed Buck was coming from the hood. He knew nothing about taxes. He knew nothing about saving money. He knew nothing about the business. He knew nothing about nothing. So take that in consideration when you dealing with a person that know nothing about nothing. Have Buck did wrong? Most likely he have. I have. You have. We all have. Everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. So I always say to Cashville, lift your brothers up. Lift them up. Don't, just because one person don't like somebody, I've talked to Cook Up about it. I told Cook Up, just like I tell you, that I don't like it. I don't like how he did Buck. I don't respect it. Did Buck do something wrong? Maybe so. That's fine. But I respect both of the guys. I respect Cook Up. He's a real street guy. He one of the first people that spent almost $500,000 with me. And that ain't bragging. That ain't putting his business out there. But that just is what it is. So yeah, I still see a G in the South. Shout out to DT. DT, I don't agree with everything you do. But man, I understand the grind, and I understand that when you out here, you just outside. You know what I'm saying? And so I get it. I get it. Shout out to DT, man, because he's still around the people that Buck once had a relationship with, and hopefully it's an authentic relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to get over this, and I wanna put Cashville on the map. I want to keep doing something that's liable to doing so we all can benefit from it. I always think about the freestyle battles, what I was talking about with Jellyroll and Buck, and everybody's been to Outer Limits, a freestyle battle. If you were not there, you're not considered a Cashville a legend. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, um, if you're not supporting Young Buck, if you're not supporting these Cashville legends, I'm not supporting you because I understand that everybody make mistakes. Shout out to Buck again, man. Keep going up. I don't want to see the G Unit legacy go to shreds. Um, I've always been a fan of groups, and I know we're G Unit. You're being voted for best group at BET Awards, and I like to see that. Tony Yayo, shout out to Tony Yayo. Shout out to Tony Yayo, man, for always trying to bring it back together. And I love when he said, Buck, game, apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like, get back in it. Get back in here with us. Get back in it with 50. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get back cool. Let's do something big, man. It's a lot of money out here sitting on the table for G Unit. So shout out to G Unit and shout out to 50, man, for doing that, for doing that, for making us, for putting Cashville on the map. It wouldn't be a Cashville without 50. and that's a fact. It wouldn't be a Cashville without 50. I'm gonna come out. Yeah, so I love that. I love that. That's so I've covered Buck, I've covered Jellyroll, I've covered Quanie, I've covered Pistol. Now I'm gonna go to Starlito. I just wanna. I thought every time I think about a story of Starlito, I think about when we was in Memphis one time, and a guy I don't want to say his name because we're not cool anymore. I don't mess with him like that, and I don't want to give him no. I don't want to give him nothing on my platform. So me and the guy we was in Memphis getting a song mixed, and we ran into Gotti. And we've done business with Gotti and stuff. Yo Gotti, shout out to Yo Gotti, the realest. He's one of the realest I've ever met in the industry. And we've done business and stuff with Gotti. And we run to Gotti, was like, hey. And Gotti was like, what y'all doing down here? And he was like, what y'all doing with Nick Scoffo? Shout out to Nick Scoffo, that's my guy. My best friend. First person that helped build 666. But he was like, what y'all doing Scott for? We was like, man, we down here mixing songs, this and that, this and that. So this is what Gotti said. Gotti said, come here, I'm finna show y'all something. He finna mess y'all up. So he took her to the studio. All-Star right there, Cashville, Tennessee. All-Star looked like, what the hell y'all doing down here? And we was telling him like, we're getting song mixed, and we would when you're in the entertainment industry, if you're not bumping into entertainment people outside of Nashville, if you're not in other cities bumping into entertainment people, you're not a really entertainment guy. So we bumped into Star, was like, hey, we getting something mixed, but man, Starlito is one of my Cashville legends because he's one of the other ones like Buck that took it to the next level. And I think about him and Faye Eastwood. And I think about the music that they was making. I've always been acquainted with Star. And I've never had that one-on-one relationship with him like I got with Buck and like I got with Quanie. But Star had always been known for his lyrics. And I'll never forget when he did that song 2 Feet Long. And that's the thing. It's just a lot of stuff that go on with that business. He did it with Buck, and 50 Cent didn't clear the record. And that's when Starlito was signed with Cash Money through Gotti. shout out to Gotti, man. I don't know what happened with that situation, but Gotti always believed in Nashville. And not only Gotti, shout out to Who Kid. DJ Who Kid, I never forget this. When they came down here to do that album, that Buck was doing the album with Who Kid, he was doing like a Nashville mixtape. Who Kid said this, DJ Who Kid said, Nashville is a gold mine. Gotti was there, All Star was there. But reason why All Star is one of the first artists that had the colleges. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's one thing to have the street guys, and it's one thing to have these guys. But when you got a kind of like a lock on the colleges, that kind of really considers you as an artist, because if you can go on a college world tour, then that makes you bigger than anything. But I have never got, and I don't want to say this in a bad way, I have never got really a good feel for All Star. You know what I'm saying? I've been in promotions and all this stuff for a long time, and I have never had that one-on-one relationship with Star, whatever. And I always talk about Nashville artists, and a lot of them, I feel like they don't want it like that. I've seen this. I have seen Nashville artists turn down deals, and I think about East Wicked. Shout out to East Wicked. And shout out to some CEOs, and I'll shout out them later. But shout out to East Wicked. We was in Chattanooga, and Birdman told High CNCP, come on the road with us, and we gonna make sure y'all straight. And I seen them turn it down. And not saying they were scared to go, not saying that they wasn't, but they wasn't ready. And so, the reason why I'm talking about this business, I understand that this business is a critical business. I say this every time. I've done manage artists, and I love to say this. Are you married? They say, yeah. I asked them this question right here. If a company say you finna be gone for 6 months, can you do it? And if you choose to do it, how your wife and family gonna feel about it if they can't come and you're finna be gone for 6 months? That's the question what you need to ask yourself. Can you do it? And are you gonna say, I'm gonna put my career first and I'm finna be gone? I don't care what nobody say. I don't my kids, I gotta do what I gotta do. Well, it's 100% worth it if you're doing it for the right thing. It's 100% worth it. And so I go back to All Star and Grant Hard. Shout out to his artists on Grant Hard. Trapper Mandel, Red Dot, people like Red Dot, and I saw All Star with likes of Lil Baby. And in my mind says this. If you're around labels and you got artists, why you ain't getting them signed? You know, I wasn't out. I was in prison during the Don Trip area with All Star. But um, I'm asking, all artists that got connections, why you not getting your artist signed when you know you can? That's the problem I got with Cashville. The problem I got with Cashville is if you can get an artist signed and keep Cashville name on the map, why aren't you doing it? So like I said, I'm on that Grey Goose. I don't know you. Shout to Star again. Um, You in my Cashville legends, but you still got some work to do, just like we all do. Shout out. And look, I had five, but I had to throw one. I had to throw one extra in there. I had to throw one extra there. Kool Daddy Fresh. Kool Daddy Fresh gotta get broke. Oh, cause he never had love for her. Man, look. If you wasn't on Kool Daddy Fresh, it's all true, boss, then you just a lame. You just, I'm going back. Who doing all these lists? Guess what? Quanie, Jellyroll, Buck, Pistol, All-Star, Kool Daddy Fresh, legends. Nobody in the hip-hop industry can come between that. One problem I got with Fresh, you was on the list, but you wasn't. One problem I got with Fresh, but you on the list because your grind. You on the list because you a legend. You on the list because your rap life was really that life. But you got a son out here that's living the same life. And my problem with that is this. I always talk about how our younger generation is up under us for a reason. Because, baby, if we didn't make it that far, they can make it a little further. Yeah, see, I can talk about this because I got a relationship with both of y'all. But I want to see King Hoodie. I want to see Kool Daddy Fresh. I want to see an album. I want to see features. Like, I don't see why that's not happening. Excuse me. Fresh man, I love your rap. I love your grind. I really like every time when you get ready to perform, you always say, this is my last performance. This is my last performance. But man, I wanna see you invest in your son. I wanna see that. I wanna see King Hoodie make it to a place that you didn't make it to. Because you already stamped in Cashville. You've already overseeded Cashville. Everybody know you outside of Cashville. But I want to see your son make it further than you. And your son got the passion, he got the drive, and he got the talent to do it. So this Cashville list, it wasn't in order. It wasn't an order. I might have went from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, 5 to 6. It wasn't in order. But it was mostly in, it's time for us to come together. Shout out to Paul Woods and Demo and Big G and Murder Rich. CEO, them all CEOs that's tried to help us get to the next level. Shout out to them. But it's Cashville first. And as I say, and I'm gonna put my stamp on this, Cashville legends, Quanie, Young Buck, Jellyroll, Pistol, All-Star, Kool Daddy Fresh. And if you try to throw one of them about it there, we put you out of Cashville. You are no longer welcome in Cashville. Legends, 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 legends. If you're alive, subscribe. There we go. Let's get it. Cashville legends. Let's go. And we want to see a show. Remember I put all this together. Just give me my props. When this show come to head at the Bridgestone or wherever else it's gonna be, remember, I started this. If you're alive, subscribe. Cashville is up. Legends, let's go.